Today, I would like to talk about the fails of the accessibility veterans. As I see it, the mood in the accessibility scene in the last month has declined. And one reason for that is the aggressive communication of many, not all, of course, but many accessibility specialists and professionals, especially the veterans, the people who have been a long time in the front of the accessibility. What we find is a toxic communication style. I will explain that in this article. Of course, these people have done a lot for accessibility. I don't want to deny that, but as all people, they have to accept that they are criticized by other people. And I think they have a problem with being criticized. Let's take a look on the problems there are with the communication style. They narrow the discussion. They scare off people who don't like their discussion style. They scare away people from digital accessibility because of the kind of the declining any counter arguments. Unfortunately, it is so that negative communication is better accepted in the algorithms of the social media. That means negative communication is higher ranked and more shared than positive or constructive communication. Let's take some examples. Mike Pasillo, a veteran, he's also a veteran in the accessibility scene, the founder of the Pasillo Group. Mike has changed to AudioEye, an accessibility overlay provider, and he was very hard attacked in the social media from many um, accessibility professionals. I don't know Mike personally, but I think Mike is very interested in accessibility and very engaged in this area. And even if I don't understand his step, we have to accept that, and we can, of course, criticize that, but we don't have to attack him personally. Another thing is accessibility overlays. Of course, there is a lot of to criticize in this area, but I think we have gone too far in many cases, and we are attacking persons, single persons from the companies, and doesn't seem to be okay, and we shouldn't put them all in one corner they don't want to be. Of course, there are some white sheeps in this area, but I think there are also people and companies who really care about accessibility and are doing their best to improve the accessibility. And of course, the discussion around Jacob Nielsen's article, Accessibility Has Failed. Yes, we can criticize his articles, we can criticize his statements, his assessments, and so on. But I think it is not okay to attack him personally, not because Nielsen is such a great person, but we have to be objective and constructive, I think, and there's enough we can criticize in his articles. We don't need to attack him personally. Of course, everyone can criticize everything. That's okay. That it does not have to be objective at all. but I think it should be objective as far as possible. And the other thing is we have to criticize arguments, or we have to deal with arguments, not with persons. It's not okay to attack persons personally. The Swedish medical doctor Hans Rosling explained some of the motives. And one motive is that many people think they are on the moral right side. And the moral right side allows you to do nearly everything. It allows you to attack, for example, politicians, politics, and other persons of the public. Because you think you are right, you can do everything that is okay for, in your opinion. Then many people feel offended, I think, because of there are a lot of they are losing their uh, top position in the discussion area. Another thing is a paternalism in the area. For example, many people think that they must defend people with disabilities because the poor people with disabilities are not able to defend themselves. Um, that's also a problem. And many people think that their arguments are stronger when they are aggressive and in a hard tone. The next generation is already on the start. On LinkedIn, for example, I see a lot of people which are engaged in the topic. They are many females, many people of not American, not North American or European roots, and they are very engaged in this topic. But also, of course, other people they are very engaged in this topic, and they are more quiet, more argumentative, more um, inclusive, and more oriented on the wishes of people with disabilities. And I hope we're really strong that these people will overtake the discussion and the conferences, talks, and not always the same people as before. Of course, I don't want to delete the veterans from the accessibility area, but I think they have to change how they talk about accessibility and how they talk about their critics and how they argument in this time. So this was it for the time. I hope you enjoyed the video and would be great if you subscribe to the channel. Goodbye.